Pax Pox. Happy birthday, Dreamcast, and shill being shill. No, there's nothing wrong with your picture. It's just time for another Oh My God, This Week Was For The Win. Hello there, and welcome to the 27th episode of Oh My God, This Week Was For The Win. I'm your guest host, Sean Curran, filling in for the vacationing Luke Brown. Thank you. Thank you. You may remember me from Nice Package, 2 Frames of Inglorious Plumbers, or as the guy who kept lowering your band's score because he was messing up the harmony on I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Well, time's a wasting here, so let's get right to it. The annual Penny Arcade Expo was held in Seattle, Washington this past weekend. And aside from the cosplayers, long lines, and obligatory Will Wheaton sightings,
he's awesome.
This year's PAX will be most remembered as a giant petri dish where the dreaded H1N1 virus, also known as swine flu, was able to fester and grow.
Ew.
Gabe and Tycho have been responsible hosts, letting everyone know which flights leaving SeaTac Airport had the confirmed cases of the virus, and journalists and the general public alike have been advised to go to the doctors if they're exhibiting any flu-like symptoms. While it is a shame that so many people have been hit with this new flu strain, this particular outbreak can't exactly come as a surprise to people. Think about it. Gamers, as a whole, aren't exactly renowned for our hygienic practices. And putting 75,000 of us together in a confined space for 72 hours with recirculated air, a paltry number of public restrooms, and exposed rock band microphones as far as the eye can see is a recipe for disaster.
It's like Lollapalooza for gamers.
It kinda is. Chances are that next year's most collectible booth swag will be the customized Mad Catz SARS masks. This past week saw the calendar hit 9909. Yay. Apart from being the highly anticipated release date for the Beatles rock band, it also represented the 10th anniversary of the release of Sega Dreamcast. There were many celebrations, thank you, to mark the birthday all over the interwebs, from EA's Peter Moore reminiscing on his time at Sega, to Red Spot Games announcing a new game for the decidedly last-gen console. And while graphics and consoles have definitely come a long way from 9999, most people still remember the Dreamcast fondly. Although if all the people who actually claim to like the Dreamcast had actually bought one, Sega would still be a thriving hardware manufacturer, and the Dreamcast wouldn't be the most beloved corpse this side of Jesus.
Ouch.
What, too soon? I myself can remember spending night after night alone in my room playing Rainbow Six and NFL 2K, thinking that my VMU was the height of technology, and that gaming and life in general couldn't get any better. 10 years later, I sit night after night playing Battlefield and Madden 10, thinking that my wireless controller is the height of technology and that gaming and life in general can't get any better.
You're right.
Sadly, my wife disagrees.
I'm lonely.
So does C-Man.
Anyway, happy birthday, Dreamcast. If it weren't for you, I'd probably be working at an Arby's right now.
Alright.
And speaking of people who should be working at Arby's,
I love Arby's.
former Major League pitcher and current head of 38 Studios, Curt Schilling, has announced a tentative interest in running for the Massachusetts Senate seat left vacant by the death of Teddy Kennedy. Schilling, who is best remembered as the guy whose bloody sock grossed out the St. Louis Cardinals enough to lose the World Series, said the following about his possible senatorial run. While my family is obviously the priority and 38 Studios is a priority, I do have some interest in the possibility of running. That being said, to get there from where I am today, many things would have to align themselves for that to truly happen. I'm not going to comment further on the matter since it would at this point be speculation on top of speculation. End quote. Far be it from me to cast aspersions at a former athlete who may have an interest in public service. I mean, if Sonny Bono can be in the Senate, how hard can it really be?
Hey.
No, the problem too soon? No, the problem here is that Schilling has proven in the past that his political acumen is about as sharp as a sack of wet kittens. His previous statements on politics and government in general have proven that he doesn't exactly have his finger on the pulse of mainstream America. This is a guy who, after learning that Obama was elected president, said, "The U.S., like Britain before it, has begun the long, slow descent into the third world." Now, I've never been to England, so it's tough for me to say whether or not it's a third world nation, but I feel pretty confident that most of its residents would disagree with Kurt's assessment. Personally, I think Schilling should stick to doing what he does best, throwing managers under the bus and developing MMOs that will never see the light of day. Well, that'll just about do it for my inaugural and sure to be only OMG hosting duty.
Yay!
Luke will be back next week, bringing with him all the charm and humor that was sorely missing this week, and I'll return back to the studio audience where my not-so-witty comments and too loud laughter belong. See you later!
Yay!